Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Imagination Online Experience. We are meeting in Lesson 6 of Art History for Everyone course. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell you about the most famous artist of all, David Hockney. I have so many books about him. His pictures are hanging on my walls, and this is all because of his approach to color. What a wonderful artist I want to introduce you today. So he is a contemporary artist, which means that he is still alive. He was born
in Bradford,
in Yorkshire, in 1937, which means that he is almost 83 years old. I think his birthday is coming up soon. He is the best recognized British artist of the 20th century. And this is also because when he was young, he moved to Los Angeles and he lived in America for more than 25 years. And he was associated with an art movement called pop art. Have you heard about this art movement? Well, pop artists produced really colorful art that often described things from everyday life or people that were popular at that time, celebrities. David Hockney was born in Britain, and when he moved to sunny California, he was amazed by the light, the sunshine, and the blue skies. When he was on the plane flying to California, he noticed that almost every house has a swimming pool. That was something he never saw before. He was fascinated by the weather and the blue color of the swimming pools. So he painted many images of swimming pools. Amongst them, one of the most famous pictures from his early career called The Bigger Splash, painted in 1967. Look at the surface of the water. It looks as if someone just jumped into the pool. Hockney painted every single line of the splash with a thin brushstroke. He said it took him many hours. He enjoyed the challenge of painting water. He said the pool reflects light, and those lines dancing are really on the surface of the water. Have you ever tried drawing or painting water? It is challenging, but why don't you try? When you are by the swimming pool, by the lake, or by the sea this summer, you could try to paint water. Hockney was also famous because of the portraits he did. You can see one behind me. Portrait of a person by the swimming pool. He often painted people he loved. And he was really well known for doing double portraits. He could really capture the relationship between the sitters, and he could show the emotions that are between them. Look at the picture of my parents, painted in 1977, or George Lawson and Wayne Sleep. I especially love the way David Hockney experimented with new technologies. From the fax machine, photocopying machine called Xerox, Polaroid camera, the computer, Photoshop, and in more recent times, iPhone and iPad. He always used new technologies in his art. Instant photography, invented by Polaroid, was very popular in America in the 1970s and 80s. And it gave Hockney an opportunity to capture his topic from different perspectives. What he did, he took lots of pictures from different angles, low, high, close and far, and then put them together like a mosaic. I think it's brilliant. Look at the Pear Blossom Highway from 1986. In this work, Hockney used a ladder. He climbed a ladder to show the landscape from a higher perspective as well. So these photo collages were something that he continued. This is another one of his mother from 1982. Have you ever tried taking lots of pictures of one topic and then printing them and putting them together? I think it's a wonderful idea. After 25 years living in Los Angeles in California, David Hockney returned to Bridlington for a longer time. This is because his dear friend Jonathan Silver, who opened his gallery called Salt Mill in Yorkshire. He wasn't feeling very well, so David returned to spend some time with his dear friend. He stayed longer than he planned, and this gave him the opportunity to notice the changing seasons. While in America, the sun shines all the time, and he loved that about California. He even said, after being in California for 20 years, every morning I thought, oh, it's a lovely sunny day. Where if you've been born there, you would just think, another morning. He loved the sunshine, but there are no evident seasons. There's no spring, there's no winter, there's no autumn. It's just warm summer. So it fascinated David Hockney to discover the seasons of Britain once again. He planned to record the arrival of spring as he observed it for 7 years. In Waldgate, a small single track leading from Bridlington to Kilhern, about 10 miles long. And while driving this road constantly, he was fascinated how the landscape changed. Have you noticed how the landscapes surrounding you are changing every season? The trees only a few months ago were empty and dark, and then suddenly, with the March warm weather, they started to grow leaves and flowers, and now they're all bushy and green. So David Hockney was asked by the Royal Academy to paint a series of pictures that will show the lovely countryside of Yorkshire. That exhibition, called The Bigger Picture, was opened in 2012. So from winter 2010, David Hockney started painting the road that he was so fascinated with. Well, in December, it was really cold outside. And because of the cold, which he says he can feel intensely because of his thin legs, he started drawing on his iPad sitting in his car. Then he had these drawings printed to very large size, about 5 feet high. After making 5 or so, he thought, that's a good idea. It's a really good method to create the whole series called The Arrival of Spring. And so he did. iPad became a really good way of capturing the changes. Finally, he created 52 landscapes consisting of 51 iPad drawings and one oil painting, assembled of 32 canvases. I will show you that in that lovely book in a moment.
The arrival of spring in Walgate, which was drawn between 2010 and 2011. Here we see some early works from the 1st and 2nd and 3rd of January. They all been created on an iPad. January and February. March, with the first bloom appearing. Later March up to the 22nd. End of March and beginning of April, you can really see that the spring is exploding everywhere. The end of April looks beautiful and bloomy. And here are some from May. Wonderful. What do you think? You can almost feel the warmth in these late May iPad drawings. And this is a wonderful, huge picture that's actually part of this series, The Arrival of Spring. It's painted on 32 canvases. Incredible! It filled in the Royal Academy's longest wall, and it really looked spectacular. I love the colors of this work. I love the simplicity. And at the same time, the detail. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed looking at this book together. David Hockney, A Bigger Picture. From the exhibition at the Royal Academy that happened in 2012. And that's him, David Hockney himself, painting on 6 canvases at the same time, outdoors. So let's paint or draw outdoors together as well.
So this exhibition, The Bigger Picture, showed not only the arrival of spring in Walgate in East Yorkshire. It showed the lovely tunnels, it showed Walgate woods in different weather. and also 3 trees near Thixondale, painted between 2007 and 2008. I really love how he captured the changing seasons here. Can you recognize what season is that? And this one? How about this one? And the last season? Great! In the exhibition, he also showed his approach to new technologies. What he did, he decided to create a video of the changing seasons. Wow! Some things you can capture on a painting, but some things are changing so fast that only a video can show that. He did something revolutionary again. He put 9 video cameras on a specially designed holder that he put on top of his car. He drove very slowly in this car through the changing seasons in Walgate Woods, capturing that magical atmosphere of different seasons. At the end, he showed these videos in one room, where on each wall you would have different seasons. That was absolutely wonderful. I was in this room in the exhibition, and you could just stay there and look at it endlessly. What's your favorite season? Do you like spring, summer, autumn, or maybe you like winter? It's very difficult to choose one because they all so beautiful. David Hockney thought that trees are fascinating. He said trees are the largest manifestation of life force we see. No 2 trees are the same, just like us. He became friends with trees, observing them, looking at them really closely to notice every new leaf, every new flower, and every change that's happening throughout the year. Let's start with the activity. Well, today I would like to take you outside. Yes, we're gonna draw outside just like David Hockney did. We're gonna look at some wonderful trees and long grasses and warm May sunlight on a lovely hot day like today. So if you have the chance to go outside to draw, please do it. It's gonna be amazing to see the difference between drawing indoors and doing it outside. All you need today is your sketchbook, pencil, and some coloring pencils. You don't need to use paints. So let's do back together.
Hello everyone, I'm at Chiswick House and Gardens. I chose this location because of the wonderful flowers you can see. Yellow and purple go so well together. Got my sketchbook ready and we can start drawing together now. Okay everyone, I'm gonna start my sketch now. In the foreground, I see these wonderful yellow flowers. And my quick sketch is finished. David Hockney inspired landscape.
Hello everyone! How did the landscape drawing go? Did you manage to go outside and paint from observation, or did you use a photograph? Both ways are good. I'm very happy that you joined in. I wanted to share with you an incredible story of how David Hockney received a special personalized gift for his 80th birthday from me and children that I guided through his exhibition at Tate Britain in 2017. So when I started my museum experience in his exhibition, I thought that at the end it would be wonderful if every child writes a little note or maybe draw a little picture and wishes him happy birthday, because very soon he was turning 80. What I did afterwards, I created this book. Happy birthday, David Hockney. And in this book you can see all the wishes, pictures of wonderful artwork that children did, and photographs of children who visited that show. Then I managed to contact his manager in California, in Los Angeles, and he was kind enough to share his home address with me. So I wrapped the book, which was double the size of this, was very big. I wrapped it up and I sent it all the way to America. I was so curious to know if David received his present, and yes, it was confirmed by his manager that he received it on his birthday. I always smile when I think about it and imagine David Hockney on his day of 80th birthday, sitting in a comfortable armchair and looking through this book full of wonderful wishes from children from London. Have a look at some of the pages from that book to feel just like David Hockney felt.
And this is me at the Royal Academy, dressed as David Hockney. and my David Hockney socks. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much for joining me today in this amazing episode. I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week, and we're gonna create more amazing art together.